竜を狩り尽くす。この世から一体残らず。
基本戦いに向かない不遇色らしい。
Hello, anime lovers! Welcome back, Isekai anime, where the MC is basically a god because apparently one video wasn't enough to contain all this divine level madness. These protagonists don't struggle. They don't grind. They just show up and casually nuke a kingdom while wondering what's for lunch. So grab your cheat skill, ignore the plot armor haters, and let's dive into 10 more Isekai anime where the MC didn't just get reincarnated. They got promoted to god mode.
竜を狩り尽くす。この世から一体残らず。この手で。
つまらんやつだなお前は。だが道具としてなら見どころがある。
RAGNA, Crimson RAGNA, is a cursed dragon hunter. Dragons literally chase him down. He's not that strong, but his future self, a complete beast. When that future self passes his powers and memories down, RAGNA gets a do-over with enough strength to challenge fate itself. With Crimson, a mysterious ally with their own vendetta, RAGNA takes the fight to the dragons in a dark, brutal fantasy setting full of strategy, sacrifice, and stunning action. Not your typical isekai, but if you love revenge arcs and destiny smashing, RAGNA Crimson is peak fantasy.
魔物を仲間にできるけど、基本戦いに向かない不遇色らしい。なぜか本来使えないはずの魔法が使えるか。
My isekai life, I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. Yuji is an overworked corporate slave who opens a weird file and boom, he's isekai'd into a fantasy world full of lots of slimes. But these aren't basic blobs. They're spellcasting, scouting, loyal little minions. And then he unlocks Sage as a second class because one broken class wasn't enough. He vaporizes monsters like it's nothing. Towns treat him like a god, and he's just trying to find a quiet forest to nap in. If you like overpowered MCs who don't even realize how OP they are, my isekai life is your chill OP fantasy fix. So I'm a spider. So what? Explosion wipes out a high school class. Everyone gets reincarnated in a fantasy world, some as royalty, others with powerful titles. But our girl, she's a weak dungeon spider. Armed only with human knowledge and meme-worthy determination, she fights her way through deadly monsters, evolves like crazy, and eventually becomes an absolute powerhouse. Her internal monologue is hilarious, the survival story is epic, and the power creep deliciously satisfying. If you want something quirky, intense, and surprisingly deep, this anime is a must.
久しぶりだな。戻ってきたぜ。
Summoned to another world for a second time, meet Setsu. He's already been summoned to another world, saved it, and was forced back to Japan with all his memories intact. Now, years later, he gets summoned again with his entire class, who have no idea what's going on. While they struggle, Setsu's 10 steps ahead up, experienced and not in the mood to babysit. It's a classic second chance isekai, but with a main character who knows the game and is ready to finish what he started. Smooth, competent, and extremely cool.
6歳になるまでに国一番、いや、大陸一の強さになっていないと困る。会員の
The ARISTOCRAT'S otherworldly adventure, serving gods who go too far. Shin Kazuya dies a hero, saving 2 girls from an attacker. The gods reward him by reincarnating him as Cain von Silford, son of nobility, in a magical world. But not just one. God all 7 give him their blessings. Yeah, he's busted from day 1. Cain's magic is off the charts. He's summoning demon lords, crushing dungeons solo, and trying his hardest to not look like a god-tier monster. And failing. If you're into overblessed MCs who just wanted a peaceful life but accidentally become living nukes, this one's for you.
Without regard for his own safety, his only concern was for his people.
Even if the demons are
The MISFIT of Demon King Academy, Anos Voltigod, the Demon King of Tyranny, he ended a war, died to bring peace, and reincarnates 2,000 years later expecting to be remembered. Instead, everyone forgot him. The world's gone soft. The Academy labels him a misfit. So, what does he do? He flexes, resurrects people with a heartbeat, obliterates enemies with a glare, outsasses gods, and builds a team of loyal allies along the way. Anos doesn't just break the system, he is the system. If you want absolute domination with charisma, this is the god tier isekai.
見てないから。
Uncle from Another World. This one starts wild. A guy wakes up from a 17-year coma with hospital bills, but with busted magic powers and PTSD from being bullied by elves. Turns out, while everyone thought he was out cold, he was actually living his best isekai life in a world called Gromald. Now, back on Earth, he's not trying to save the world. He's trying to figure out YouTube and why no one plays Sega Saturn anymore. Don't let the slice of life vibes fool you. This uncle is OP. He erases memories, casts Esther spells effortlessly, and treats demon attacks like mild inconveniences. With hilarious Gen Z versus Boomer wizard banter between him and his nephew Takafumi, Uncle from Another World is a hidden gem of chaotic, overpowered greatness. Welcome to Demon School. IRUMA-KUN. Imagine being 14 and your parents sell you to a demon. Harsh, right? Enter Iruma Suzuki, now adopted by Sullivan, a top demon who treats him like royalty. Iruma's enrolled in a prestigious demon school, but there's one problem. He's 100% human, trying to stay under the radar. Iruma ends up doing the exact opposite, accidentally becoming the school's star, taming demon beasts and even summoning his teacher as a familiar. With no magic of his own, Iruma survives on pure charisma, kindness, and absurd luck. If you love watching a powerless kid climb to the top of a demon society, IRUMA-KUN is a chaotic, heartwarming ride.
綺麗な物語じゃないんだ。これは復讐の物語だ。
Failure frame. I became the strongest and annihilated. Everything with low-level spells. Toka gets summoned to another world with his classmates and gets labeled a failure. No cool powers, no respect. So they throw him into a deadly dungeon. To die? Bad move, his trash magic secretly broken. Like world-ending broken. He survives, levels up, and starts mowing down enemies with low-level spells no one took seriously. It's revenge. It's petty. It's beautiful. Failure frame is for anyone who loves watching a disrespected MC come back swinging with a vengeance and a magic staff that says, "Try me?"
小さな子供じゃねえんだから、頭撫でるんじゃねえよ。
In the land of LEADALE, meet Kana Kagami. After a tragic accident, her only comfort is a VR game called LEADALE. But when her life support fails, she doesn't log out. She wakes up inside the game. Now she's Kana, a high elf mage who's basically a living legend. Oh, and it's been 200 years. In-game since her last login. Armed with absurd magic and a tendency to accidentally level towns, Kana wanders this new world, reconnecting with her grown-up NPC kids and trying not to break reality every time she casts a spell. It's a cozy, low-stakes isekai, but don't let the chill fool you. Kana is a walking natural disaster in elf form. And that's a wrap on part 2 of God-tier Isekai MCS. Which overpowered legend is your favorite? Did your pick make the list? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss your next divine dose of anime content. Until next time, stay unstoppable, my fellow anime lovers. Catch you in the next one.